A prone float is to lie face down, stretch out both hands and legs, and float on the surface of the water. The aim is to acquire a streamlined posture in which the limbs are stretched out in the water. However, if your legs are sunk, it will not be like this, let alone the streamline. Therefore, even if you have a strange posture, the starting point is to prevent your legs from sinking. However, this is unexpectedly difficult. Immediately after you think that you are floating on the surface of the water, your legs sink down. Especially for muscular men. It seems that there are some people who cannot do it even if they are advanced swimmers. However, if you know the principle of mechanics, you will be able to float your legs without any difficulty. In this video, the mechanics of prone float, if I say so, it sounds somewhat exaggerated, will be explained. The difficulty is at the upper grades level of elementary school. If you just want to keep your legs from sinking, you don't need any knowledge or effort of a swimming expert, such as putting pressure on your abdomen or how your pelvis is. Now, let's think about the cause of the sinking of the legs. Why do they sink? That is because a rotational moment is generated. The rotational moment is the ability to rotate an object. It appears when you think about the principle of the lever and the seesaw. Then, why is the rotational moment generated? That is because the center of buoyancy is on the upper body side of the center of gravity. How can the rotational moment be eliminated? The answer is to match the left and right positions of the center of buoyancy and the center of gravity. What is needed to do that? The position of the center of gravity cannot be changed because your limbs are still in a stretched posture. Therefore, the center of buoyancy should be shifted to the lower body side. To move the center of buoyancy to the lower body side, the buoyancy acting on the upper body should be reduced. In other words, it would be good if the state shown on the left figure could be changed to the state shown on the right. Now you've found that you should reduce the buoyancy on the upper body side. However, what are the things you should do specifically? The answer is to put a part of your arms on the surface of the water. This will reduce the buoyancy that acts on the upper body and move the center of buoyancy to the lower body side. Then, the left and right positions of the center of buoyancy and the center of gravity match, and the body stays horizontal. You, having watched this video so far, may wonder if it makes sense to lift your arms out to the surface of the water or not. When asked, the question is reasonable. There is no way to swim with a part of your arms floating on the surface of the water. However, in all the pro swimmer prone float images and videos I saw on the web, the upper part of their arms was exposed to the surface of the water. The difference between legs sinking, not sinking may be due to the flexibility of the shoulders, that is, whether or not part of the arm is above the surface of the water without being aware of it. Below is my imagination. Professional swimmers have flexible shoulders, and even if they are not aware of it, part of their arms will come out above the surface of the water. And they are conscious of abdominal pressure. Therefore, even when giving lessons to amateur swimmers whose legs do not float, that is, parts of their arms are not on the surface of the water, they are instructed to apply abdominal pressure. Even if abdominal pressure is applied, the center of buoyancy does not move, so your legs cannot float. I think this is the reason why there are many prone float refugees who can't lift their legs. From here, I will explain for severely ill patients who can't float on their legs, so to speak. If you can't float your legs on any account, why don't you try crouching floating and then raising your arms on the surface of the water to eliminate the rotational moment. Make sure your legs aren't sinking, then slowly stretch your elbows to build a streamline. I couldn't do a prone float. Because I am a man and my body fat percentage is low, so I thought I had to give up. But, one day, I happened to see videos and images of prone float posted on web pages. At that time, I realized that I got the knack of it. I thought, now, I have grasped the mechanical principle of prone float. And the next day, I tried it in the pool. As a result, I was able to do a prone float for several tens of seconds with 0 preliminary exercises, 0 minutes, and the first try. The day before, I grasped the principle of mechanics, so it was natural to be able to do it, but after all, I was very happy to be able to do what I could not do for a long time. After returning from the pool, I searched for a commentary on the websites at home. However, I could not find a page explaining the principle of mechanics. Therefore, I have uploaded a commentary video here. I hope it doesn't sound arrogant. Thank you very much for watching so far.